was last September when a Brooklyn Park family lost their adult son in a tragic crash, one they say was, in part, caused by lack of a stoplight. That Brooklyn Park intersection has been the site of numerous fatal crashes spanning several decades. But as Delane Cleveland reports, measures have been put into place to make it more safe moving forward.
It's been nearly a year since 24-year-old Jupiter Yang was killed in a car crash here at Candlewood Drive and West Broadway. Now, after pleas from family members and neighbors, this busy intersection finally has a traffic signal.
It's too bad it had to take this long, but we're happy that it's here.
For years, Brooklyn Park residents trying to turn onto West Broadway from Candlewood Drive had been met with challenges.
It's very, very hard to make a turn at the intersection depending on what time it is. You could be sitting there forever trying to turn, and eventually you're just going to have to go for it. And it's a risk sometimes that you're going to get hit if you want to get out.
That's exactly what happened on September 12th of 2020 when Jupiter Yang was fatally struck by a truck while trying to turn left onto West Broadway from Candlewood. Following that incident, Jessica Fowler and others in the neighborhood demanded a change.
We've talked about it for a while. We went to different meetings at Brooklyn Park with the commissioners to try to request this. We did petitions in the neighborhood requesting this.
Monday morning, their hard work paid off.
Beautiful day for a signal turn on.
Shortly after 10 a.m., street maintenance crews officially activated the new stoplights.
Usually we're putting them in for a significant need, and usually it's a safety-related need and or a congestion-related need. So yeah, it's always exciting from the aspect of we're improving the traffic flow, the traffic safety.
City officials say sensors will indicate when a vehicle is approaching on Candlewood, so for the most part, the light will remain green for traffic on West Broadway. But for drivers in the neighborhood who want to turn during peak traffic periods, that task should be much easier going forward.
So we're very excited. I hope it becomes a permanent thing and that it stays.
Right now, these are considered temporary lights, which is why you see them hanging from wires. The plan is to one day build more permanent structures if and when the light rail is finally built here on West Broadway. In Brooklyn Park, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Some parts of the metro area got upwards of 2 inches of rain last week, which we drastically needed. However, it still wasn't enough to alleviate drought conditions.
We are still under the even odd watering restrictions, and then no watering between noon and 6 p.m. daily. And one of the big things to think about too is even though we've had a fair amount of water over the last few days, or I guess probably a week here, we are still way below normal for this time of year.
Crystal Public Works Director Mark Ray says the drought has been a challenge across the state, and all water providers have been under a statewide drought plan. Crystal, New Hope, and Golden Valley are 3 cities that are in the Joint Water Commission, and they buy their water from Minneapolis. The water comes from the Mississippi River.
While the river is up, we still need to continue to conserve water because we do draw from the river, and those watershed further to the north needs to continue to get water to kind of be above kind of the drought concern levels.
Ray says there are other things you can do at home to conserve water, like limiting how much water you use when you brush your teeth or wash your dishes. Governor Tim Walz has announced a new partnership with Twin Cities YMCAs to offer free vaccine clinics, and that includes a clinic at the New Hope YMCA. A mobile vaccine unit will be set up at the New Hope YMCA on both September 14th and October 5th. Walk-ins are welcome. The clinics do not require any form of personal identification or medical insurance. The FDA-approved Pfizer vaccine will be offered at the YMCA clinics, and we will have more information on these on our website, ccxmedia.org. Ordinance changes in Brooklyn Park will allow for more opportunities for food trucks. The recent changes include letting food trucks operate along designated city streets from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. Vendors can also now sell in business districts with the permission from property owners, and the city streamlined its licensing process. The city put together a map for its website showing where food truck vendors can operate, and we'll have that link on our website, ccxmedia.org. Drivers, a road closure to tell you about that will only be overnight but lasting through much of the week. Because of the recent rain and thunderstorms, there have been delays installing the bridge beams on the West Broadway Bridge. So you can expect overnight closures lasting through Thursday at the intersection connecting Victory Memorial and Theodore Wirth Parkways, Lowry Avenue, and Oakdale Avenue. There are detours posted, and if you live in those areas, you can expect to hear some noise overnight. This project by MnDOT and the cities of Robbinsdale and Minneapolis will replace 3 bridges and improve the intersections below those bridges. The project still is about 18 months away from completion. And finally, this segment, a story for the record books. A graduate of Hopkins High School continues to amaze us in her career as an ultra marathon runner. On Saturday, she broke a women's record for fastest time at UTMB, a grueling 100-plus mile trek around the French Alps. Here's a clip of the finish.
From the United States of America, Courtney Dewalter.
That is Courtney Dewalter, who graduated from Hopkins High School back in 2003. She finished the 106-mile event that included 33,000 feet of climbing in a time of 22 hours, 30 minutes, and 54 seconds. So how is completing such an event even humanly possible? She gave us some insight during a post-race interview.
For sure, in my head the whole time is just trying to stay as present as possible. So if I would get ahead of myself or behind myself and be, thinking of how much farther I had to go or thinking about what happened on the trail 10 kilometers ago, it wasn't useful for me. And so I would just repeat to myself quite a bit, like, stay here, be present right now. It keeps you grounded, and also it keeps you moving forward because all you have is that one step in front of you.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. It's been a hot summer of workouts for high school runners, but for teams like Osseo, it's just good to be back again.
The Osseo cross-country teams are 2 weeks into training for their season. The pandemic affected every high school sports team last year. And though we're not out of the woods yet, a high school cross-country season will look more like 2019 than 2020.
It is something we're thankful for, and just the schedules, seeing these large meets come together, it's going to have a much different feel. Last year, where we were stuck with triangulars and quads all year, no state meet.
Numbers are way up for a young boys team led by sophomore Cade Sandbeck and senior Matt Ogery.
I think we can be a great team, actually. We keep putting the work in, keep grinding at practices, we'll be pretty well off.
We're up over 50 with a nice spread. A lot of new kids at the middle school level, senior hires. We picked up some new kids, strong core returnees.
An experienced girls team will take to the courses this fall for the Orioles with 11 of their top 12 runners back, including potential state qualifiers Lex and Jules Davis and Maria Hoff.
It's a really great thing because we're all really close, and that just makes running with them so much more fun. And then it's like, that you're all going to push each other and just work really hard to make this a good season.
Their goal and motivation is to be faster than last year, and if that happens, they're going to be a legit squad. We got some additions to the squad that we're thinking will help fill some of the holes too.
Coming up Saturday morning, September 11th in Osseo is a big event and fundraiser for the Osseo Cross Country program, the annual Lions Roar 5K.
It starts on the Osseo Senior Track, finishes downtown Osseo. There's not a hill in sight. It's fast. The kids are out there as encouragers, course marshals, and so everyone, you can go to Osseo Lions Roar 5K.com, I believe that is, and we'll be taking registrations for another week. There is no day of registrations this year, so everything is a couple days beforehand.
The Osseo boys and girls teams open the season this Friday at Rosemont.
The prep football season kicks off this week for local teams. Here's Jay Wilcox with a preview of the Brooklyn Center Centaurs.
They saw the results of hard work on the field last fall, and the Brooklyn Center football team is eager to build on that success.
That's what we preach, just give your best effort every day, and we're just building one block at a time, building that foundation of hard work, dedication, commitment, all the sacrifices it takes to be good at anything in life. And that's something that we really feel strongly about, is the life lessons and characteristics that carry out from football.
The Centaurs were 5-1 in the shortened 2020 season. The numbers are up, and they have some experience too, with 9 starters returning on each side of the ball. So there's better competition in practice.
That's actually good. We all been waiting to get competition, so we all been working hard, making sure people get here and making sure other people come and try out and play on the team.
It helps us to start a little faster and lay that foundation quicker. And what's great is when you have some older kids, they can do a lot of the teaching as well with some of those younger kids. That's been fun as well.
Romeris Sikora, a running back in safety, is coming off a strong season and was a CCX All-Area pick last fall. Fellow running back and defensive back Warren Kinney is a real leader on the team and a good player too, along with lineman Ronald Washington. Max Madoon played quarterback last season and may see some time at receiver too. Some promising young players also will see key roles. There are new lights on the Centaurs' home field this season, so for the first time in several years, night games are back.
Everybody's excited. It's been a long time and can nobody wait. We're ready to play up under the lights.
Man, it's beyond words almost. You know, they can't wait, chomping at the bit. It's going to be a great moment to get back under the lights.
They're eager to see just how things will look this fall at Brooklyn Center. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Thanks, Jay. You can see more of our prep football training camp reports on our website at ccxmedia.org.